Ladies and Gentlemen, wir sitzen in der Villa MJ in Tampah Hills mit dem Gründer zusammen, Jakob, der nämlich Tampah Hills ins Leben gerufen hat, dem wir ganz, ganz viel zu verdanken haben. Und einer der Gründe, warum wir hier unser Haus bauen. Und ihr habt ganz, ganz viele Fragen gehabt. Ich habe mir die ganzen Fragen hier herausgearbeitet, wie auch immer. Und ich werde die alle in Englisch einmal translaten für euch. Und ihr bekommt gleich den deutschen Untertitel hier drunter, sodass ihr auch alles versteht, für diejenigen, die im Englischen vielleicht nicht so stark sind. Also von daher, ich würde erstmal sagen, wir starten rein mit ein paar Fragen. Und ich bin gespannt, was ihr so an Kommentaren dazu habt. Und wenn ihr Fragen habt, die nicht beantwortet werden, einfach unter das Video drunter. Und dann werden wir auch dementsprechend da die Fragen beantworten. Let's go! Alright guys, we are here in Tampah Hills. We're at Villa MJ. One of the actual first almost finished villas, right?
Yeah.
It's incredible to be here. We spent 2 weeks now here at your villa, Villa Sorgas. I believe a lot came through Villa Sorgas, and that was like the first project basically, right? The crazy thing about your story, Jakob, is that you have nothing to do with real estate. You have nothing to do with construction. You came here with a vision, and here we are. Tampah happened. Can you just real quick explain how? I mean, I imagine this, lying at the beach, looking at these hills, and he's like, yeah, that's Tampah Hills. Was it like that?
No, it came gradually.
Okay.
So really quick. I came here 10 years ago and loved it. I stayed here for 5 months in Grundstück, where Villa Sorgas is.
Great surfing, by the way. Great surfing.
And stayed there with a local family and loved it. The people, the nature and everything, and saw some opportunities here. And I had a dream to someday build a villa here. And that dream came into reality 2015, when I built Villa Sorgas and I met Jonas. So he built Villa Sorgas.
Jonas and you were friends before?
No, we didn't know each other before. So we came across each other just before the construction of Villa Sorgas. So that's basically how we met. And yeah, it was a dream coming true when Villa Sorgas got constructed, and coming there first time, seeing the villa and the view and everything was just mind-blowing. It cannot be described unless you experience yourself.
And I can say, after experiencing it, and Annika, she's actually behind the camera, by the way, because she's just checking that everything's running with the Technic. But we had the opportunity to actually stay at Villa Sorgas now for 2 weeks. And if you ever seek vacation in Lombok, in South Lombok, you want to be in Villa Sorgas until Tampah Hills is finished. And after that, you want to maybe go to Tampah Hills.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you built Villa Sorgas, and what happened next?
So I built Villa Sorgas, and at that time I started I sold my company at that time, and worked a lot.
Flip-flop company, right?
Yeah, it was.
Think about that, guys.
Yeah, it started with flip-flop. I founded that company in 2011, and flip-flop was my first product, which I developed here in Indonesia together with a manufacturer in Java.
Okay.
Anyway, so I worked a lot until end of 16, beginning 17, and then at that time when we were out traveling, me and Tilda, we founded Tampah together with Jonas, that we wanted to do something more here and allow other people to experience the dream of building something here where we manage everything. So, because it is very time consuming to do this, especially if you don't have if you don't have the time or the experience.
Yeah.
So we try to put down a team together who have this experience and find people from all over the world who identify themselves with the vision of Tampah to build this society in a social and environment sustainable way.
Yeah. The crazy thing about Tampah Hills is how many nationalities we have at the moment? Do you know?
It's 18.
18 different nationalities.
Yes.
How many villas? So we got 4 stages in Tampah Hills, right?
Yep.
Stage 1, Stage 2, Stage 3, Stage 4. Stage 3 and 4 is not yet open. When is it going to open? That was one question, actually.
Yeah, so we have soft opening Stage 3 now, actually. We actually have sold 1 lot in Stage 3 already, so
Guys, get your credit cards out. Get your credit cards out.
But we haven't launched it officially yet. So
okay.
we're still planning, but we have the possibility to customize some lots there already for eager interests.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And we're going to talk about money later on, because that was one of the most asked questions. How much money does it actually cost to invest? How much are the lots and stuff like that? But we're going to talk about money a little bit down the line, so stay on here. And if you have questions in between, just drop them down below in the comments, because we will go into the comments and we will make sure that everything will be answered. But how many villas do we have in total in stage 1 and 2?
Stage 1 and 2 is about 70 villas.
70 villas?
Yeah.
It's almost sold out, right?
Yeah, we sold a little bit, I think it's 66 or 67
There
lots.
we are.
Yeah.
So almost
sold out.
sold out.
Yeah.
And that was, you announced it first time in 2018?
Yeah, in late 2017.
Late 2000. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. And then it took off.
Yeah.
Jon obviously helped probably a little bit with it.
Yeah, I mean, he invested very early,
Yes.
and we reached a lot of people through him. So
Yeah, that's amazing.
absolutely.
It's actually really, really great. Tampah Hills combines actually more than just building your dream villa and stuff like that. You actually incorporate environments, dreams coming true, having visionaries come together, just like yourself, like Jonas, the entire team, and it's so amazing. And the crazy thing about this, I cannot even show you through the camera how that feels, because you have to experience it yourself. It's really, really like it's a feeling you get actually when you come here. So that's really, really, really amazing, and that only shows that you're doing an incredible job out there.
Well, we are trying our best every day. That's
like
a guarantee.
But that 100%, and that's what you feel throughout the entire way. You have an entire board of architects, right? So when you started off with Tampah, your goal was to basically give the opportunity to investors to really choose from various architects, right? You got like 4, how many do you have right now?
Yeah, we're cooperating with 4 different architect offices.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're trying to get talent architect work with us who have the proper understanding of designing in the tropics and
Okay.
everything that comes with it, because we have strong winds and a lot of rain, so you need to be experienced to be able to design here, because the environment is so different to Europe or anywhere else.
Yeah.
That is not a tropical place.
Yeah.
But it is possible to work with another architect as well, but we need to really approve it and find out that it has the quality needed.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. A lot of people from the Love Life Passport community actually asked, what happens? I mean, we are in Indonesia. We are on the Ring of Fire. We have a lot of volcanoes. We have a lot of eruptions happening. We have tsunamis. We have all these different conditions, especially in Europe mainly. A lot of people don't really face it. What is Tampah Hills actually doing towards that?
I mean, there is earthquakes all the time, basically every day, but small ones you don't really notice them, but then once in a while there is big ones.
Big ones coming up.
So we had a really big one 2 years ago here, and that was the biggest one in 100 years in Lombok. It hit North Lombok, but there is construction standards you need to meet when you construct in Indonesia. So we meet those standards and above. So we are making sure that we have enough steel and that we do all what is necessary to construct as safe as possible.
That's amazing. I mean, our lot is 46 meters or something, if I'm not mistaken, roughly 50 meters above sea level. So that would be a very high wave to actually hit if that ever would come. But obviously from the first meeting on with the architect and also with Jakob and the entire team, everything feels super safe. I mean, your villa it already was in place when Mount Rinjani, was it?
It wasn't. Rinjani is the volcano, but it was an earthquake happening.
Yeah.
So but Villa Sarga stood totally steady. Yeah, so it was fine.
Awesome, awesome. So it can stand and withstand an earthquake, and we're high enough for tsunamis and stuff like that. What is the entire, because a lot of people think about Tampah and they look at it and they see all the villas and all the architecture going on, they see the amazing sustainability part of it and stuff like that, but after being here now for 2 weeks, I can tell you Tampah is way more than just building villas. What else is planned? I know Seaside Collective is one thing you have launched, which I really, really love, because it gives talents the opportunity to develop, which is really, really amazing, investing into the future. But what else is happening? I mean, you told me a couple of things about what is happening. I don't want to share anything what I'm not allowed to share, so you share it, whatever needs to be shared.
You can share anything.
Okay,
I mean, there's
great.
nothing that is not out there for public, but we're trying to build this society in a social and environmental sustainable way. We cannot do everything, so I mean, constructing is not sustainable. So we are trying to work with architects and implement things that is sustainable. But apart from the construction, over 50% of the whole Tampah Hills area is green zones. So we have forests and jungle, plantages, parklands. We have a cashew nut plantage. We will do rice fields and other terraces. So a very big part is the reforestation of the Tampah Hills mountains. We want the forest to come back, give shade, it hold water, and it just a very, very positive spin-off effect with new biodiversity will increase. So that's one part.
Then you got Seaside Collective, which is happening, which is basically you just actually gave away $20,000 worth of like to talents, basically, who can actually come and really design the place and stuff like that. What is Seaside Collective going to be?
So Seaside Collective is a very small society just bordering Tampah Hills. It will be an application that people will apply to be able to invest there as well, and we are targeting young entrepreneurs that is in their very early stage. And so there is a small lot and a smaller house. It's pre-designed by the winning architect now that won the competition. So they will design the whole Seaside Collective, and investors can buy one lot and one villa. It will be 15 units exclusively here in Lombok. And the price range will be around $300,000 for the lot and the villa. Around that, we don't know exactly yet. It will be depending a little bit about how the actual design turns out.
And so I have a startup company in Germany or wherever in the world, and let's say if I want to relocate my office because I can work remotely or whatever, I could come here to Seaside Collective, be here, enhance. In an environment where I can actually really build my company and stuff. That's probably the vision behind it.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, the entrepreneurial side with Tampah Hills is very important. I mean, I love building brands and building new things, and most of the investors here are business owners or creatives.
Just by the way, what's the average age?
It's between 37 and 38 years old.
Imagine that, guys, between 37 and 38 years old. Usually, I mean, think about, and that's where the world is actually changing to, and that's crazy because we've got a lot of people out of the digital field, the online field and stuff like that. But I mean, isn't it amazing that, I mean, that's a really young age for investors.
It is. It's really, really young, and a lot of our investors have kids between 0 and 8 years old, so there's a lot of kids play around here as well. But the entrepreneurial side is important. So the Seaside Collective will be just in front of stage 2 on the flatlands, just next to the co-working space. So we plan to build that at the same time. So the Seaside Collective is like a small little entrepreneurial society, and you can go and work with in the co-working space and develop your companies from there. People from outside can come and rent a place in the co-working space as well. So it will be this creative hub in Tampah Hills, where we hope that new companies will develop and get started from here.
That's so amazing. Think about it. You're not only like really making dreams come true, you're actually helping entrepreneurs to rise, to shine, to really work in an environment where one thing is for sure, you can be creative like crazy. And that's really, 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 really amazing. Let's get to the question of the question.
Okay.
How much is it to be here? Like how much money do you have to invest? Obviously, if you go to tampahhills.com, you will find basically all the information for the land, for villas you can buy and stuff like that. But let's dive a little bit deeper into it. Let's say you're an investor from anywhere around the world, and you would like to really build your dream villa here. We were talking about yesterday to give an estimation that you know roughly what to do, but where's the differences between the plots? That's one thing. And also, what do you personally think is a good budget? Where you think that would be, you'll get a decent villa, you get a decent plot, you get something really, really nice out of it. What do you think, what kind of number is there?
Yeah, so we have two different lot categories, A lots and AA lots. Basically, AA lots have good ocean view, and A lot has valley and mountain view, and some A lots have a little bit ocean view as well.
Like a partial sea view, right?
So lots are between 200,000 up to 500,000-600,000, depending on size and location.
That's US dollars, by the way.
Yes, and then villas could be from 400,000 up to 2 million.
Yeah.
Depending on how big you want to build. But a lower budget would be something around 700 or 800,000 US dollar to get a good lot and a good villa with architecture and furniture.
Exactly.
So, but if you would stretch it to a million, then you get a really nice lot and a really nice villa.
Yeah.
So and you can not be super picky with the materials.
Yeah.
So it all depends on the design and material selections.
Yeah. It really, at the end of the day, you have to really decide whatever you feel comfortable with, because there is one big difference here in Tampah Hills, because usually, especially in Europe, a lot of people are listening who are from Europe, they go up to their bank. If you have a job, you will get a loan. They will finance 80-90% of your house, and that's not the case here. There is no Indonesian bank who will fund it. Usually, foreign banks do not fund it as well. So basically, a lot of is funded out of savings.
Yeah.
Right.
So either you have the cash available, or you have assets back home that you can like increase the loan at and use that money.
Yeah.
But it's not possible to have the land or the villa here as a security for a loan anywhere. So that's the hard part.
Yeah. So that's maybe a little bit the tricky part, and that was something where we faced. I don't want to say issues, but it was something we had to talk about, and it was something we had to really consider and dive deep. Do we actually really want to? I don't want to say take the risk, but really, do we want to do that? Because the normal classic Western European German way we know and Swedish way is usually you go to the bank, they finance it, you pay it back within 20 years, but that's not the case here, right? So that's really, really amazing. Last but not least, thinking about, when do you think Tampah will be finished roughly? We were always joking like 15 years from now, let's see where it is, but what do you think roughly?
Yeah, I think we're talking about a 10-year project from now.
For sure.
Yeah, for completing all 4 stages.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's like 10 years from now, you will have how many villas in total?
We have a plan of 150 villas totally, and the whole area is around 110 hectares.
110 hectares. Think about that. That's really, really amazing. In the entire mountains, stage 1 till 4, which is amazing. We're gonna have restaurants. We're gonna have medical supply, if I understood that right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have an entire sports center. We have a spa area, a co-working space, Seaside Collective. I heard there's something happening at the beach.
There will be a beach restaurant coming up in hopefully 1.5 years.
There's a beach restaurant coming up, and probably there's a couple of things I have not heard about yet, which are gonna come. Annika and myself, we are beyond grateful to be here. To be really honest, beyond grateful to spend time with you, with Tilda, the entire team, be here and be so close to you guys. It's like usually sometimes it's like you invest somewhere and you're just like, I mean, you're a number. You're a head count, right?
No.
But here in Tampah, I think every single person who invested could probably exactly sign what I'm saying right now. That it feels already home, even though there's a lot of construction going on.
Yeah, I mean, it will be a challenge. We will construct for a long time, and we will also operate finished villas.
Yeah.
But we have larger lots and good distance between the stages,
yeah,
and distance between lots and some green zones. So the area is large enough to have both finished villas and construction at the same time. That's what we believe.
We are proud to be here, and we are grateful to be here, that's for sure. And thank you so much, Jakob,
yeah,
for
thank
your
you.
time.
It's been amazing to get to know you, Tyler, and you, Annika, and to have you here. So yeah, you are so welcome into the Tampah family.
We are going to be here probably pretty often in the next 2 years, especially as we are designing our villa with the architect Alexis Donier, who's based in Bali, but we're designing the villa here in Lombok, so that's really, really amazing. One of the architects of the architect team in Tampah, and we are in the early stages of sketching out what we should do and what we should not do, having great feedback with Jakob and like the team, and making sure to take really advantage of the experience of all these amazing minds. So I'm looking forward to that. This will not be the last video with Jakob, that's for sure. And thank you so much for listening. If you got questions, just drop them down below. Go to tampahhills.com. You can actually check out a lot of things there. You got all the information. You'll see the stages and stuff like that. And if you want to see more on this YouTube channel, just make sure you subscribe. Hit the glocke. What's the glocke in German? The bell. Thank you very much. Hit the bell, and then we're going to see you in the next video.